What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Big Pat Sports Talk. Welcome to my studio. And today we're going to be talking about, was Kyle Pitts worth the hype? Was he worth the number 4 pick to the Atlanta Falcons? Was that the right choice? Not according to Keyshaun Johnson. So we're going to listen to what Mr. Johnson had to say, and then I'm going to put my take on it. So let's get it. All right, Big Pat Sports Talk fans, welcome back to Big Pat Sports Talk Studios. You know, normally we get that New York Giants talk, but we're going to switch it up. We're going to be talking about the Atlanta Falcons and Keyshaun Johnson's take on their number 4 pick, Kyle Pitts. And does he think he's worth the hype that he got? You know, Kyle Pitts was the highest rated tight end taken ever in the NFL draft. And I got to say, he's a very talented tight end from Florida. You know I'm a Gator fan. Let's get it. But let's listen to what Mr. Keyshaun Johnson has to say, man. And you're going to hear my take afterwards. Let's get it.
A couple things about Kyle Pitts a lot of people don't realize. Number one, in high school, he was a quarterback and a linebacker. Never played tight end.
That is true. He never played tight end in high school. He was a quarterback and a linebacker. Imagine that.
Never played tight end. They're talking about him being the greatest tight end to ever enter the NFL draft. I think Mark might disagree with that, more on that.
Very good athlete.
Right, but he was a quarterback and a linebacker. In high school, he played at Archbishop Wood just outside of Philadelphia, and he goes to Gainesville. So just keep that in mind, right? Just keep that in mind. Never played the position until he really got ingrained in the college game. Mel Kiper Jr. on the type of specimen we're looking at this position, unprecedented in tight end evaluation.
Number one, and I go back to Kellen Winslow Sr. When I first started in this business, coming out of Missouri, had a tremendously high grade. Kellen Winslow Jr. did as well, Vernon Davis. But after all said and done, and the grades are finally in, they're written in pen now, they're etched in stone, Kyle Pitts is the highest rated tight end ever.
Key, you said yesterday.
That's pretty high stature from Mel Kiper Jr. Said he was higher graded than both Kellen Winslow Sr. and Jr. and Vernon Davis coming out. You know Vernon Davis went pretty high, so did Kellen Winslow Jr. So that's pretty high praise from Mel Kiper. Said he's the best tight end ever he's evaluated. Man, that's pretty high.
You just couldn't select him that high if big-time franchise-altering quarterbacks are there. So what do you make of the fact that this guy is being talked about in this level of effusive praise? And if he is as good as Mel and others say, how do you defend a guy like this?
No, the thing is Mel's grade on him is the highest grade because that's what Mel sees, and he understands that. He's been doing it for a very long time. He's graded every single tight end.
Notice you see the stats at the bottom: 43 catches, 770 yards, and 12 touchdowns in a season from a tight end. It's pretty outstanding, man.
It's ever played in the game, right? I mean, that's just. But if I have a quarterback that is, like you said, franchise altering for the future, I'm not taking a damn tight end. I'm just not going to do it.
No matter how.
No matter because.
Basically, what Keyshaun Johnson said, they had a chance to take a franchise-altering quarterback in this year's draft. I believe he's talking about a Justin Fields or a Mac Jones there at number 4. I was saying it all before the draft that the Falcons were more than likely going to go all in with Matt Ryan and Julio Jones one last time to see if they can make some magic happen. And drafting Kyle Pitts is just that. He's another weapon to their arsenal. But let's Keyshaun Johnson continue.
Because, first of all, he's only going to touch the ball a handful of times. The quarterback's going to touch the ball 50 times a game. Let's just give it that number. The receiving tight end, if he's lucky, will get 8 targets a game, which
I will say this: Kyle Pitts will not be getting 8 targets a game in that Atlanta offense. I say he would be getting anywhere between 4 to 5 targets a game. I don't think they're going to take that many targets away from Julio Jones and Ridley. I just don't think so.
He'll catch 5 of them, okay, on an average. Is that franchise changing? Kyle Pitts to a team like the Miami Dolphins, sitting where they're sitting, makes sense because they need that position to pair with what they already have, because he can be a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, I thought if he did fall to where Miami was, I thought they would take him. Because they actually needed a big body receiving tight end that can do that. But they got Jalen Waddle. I knew it would be between Jalen Waddle and Kyle Pitts. I knew that.
But if I'm the Atlanta Falcons and I'm looking at 4, I don't take a tight end. I take a Justin Fields if he's there, or Trey Lance behind Matt Ryan, or I move out of the spot and allow somebody else to come up and take a shot in a swing at Kyle Pitts. It's not anything against Kyle Pitts. It's more about the premise of where I'm drafting at and what my needs are. That's all it is. Kyle Pitts could be the number 1 overall pick if that's what they need. But if that's not what they need, then why would you do it?
I mean, sometimes when you look at Kyle Pitts, you have to look at him differently. And I think Mel Kiper and Tyler Shea, they're looking.
So that was Keyshaun Johnson's take on there. He's saying that Kyle Pitts wasn't worth the number 4 pick to the Atlanta Falcons. So let's not get that twisted. He said if there's a team there that had a need for a tight end, it was at number 4. He had no problem with him going number 4. So let's not get need and value mixed up. He's saying what the Atlanta Falcons, their franchise, what they needed was not Kyle Pitts at number 4. And I agree with him. You got an aging quarterback in Matt Ryan who's, yes, he's taking you to the Super Bowl, but he choked that Super Bowl. And ever since then, your franchise has been in turmoil. Let's just be real with it. You needed more things on defense. And basically, you needed someone to replace Matt Ryan, because I don't believe he's the future. Matty Ice, I don't think he has it anymore. I mean, he's not a top tier quarterback to me anymore. He's not what he used to be. And you had a Justin Fields there that you could have taken that would have been dynamite with that team. You have an aging Julio Jones who you're rumored to be trying to trade, often injured. You have Calvin Ridley, he's a staple, but your main pieces, they're not what they used to be. Your offensive line is not what it used to be. You have no running game. Todd Gurley's not what he used to be. And so I don't think a tight end puts you over the top against teams like New Orleans. Even though Drew Brees is retired, I think they're still better than you. You got the defending Super Bowl champs. You know they're better than you. And who knows, even Sam Darnold and them might take one from you in Carolina. So no, I do not believe Kyle Pitts was worth the number 4 pick to the Falcons. Now, if there was somebody like the Dolphins, yes. I believe Kyle Pitts is going to be a dynamite tight end in this league. A dynamite tight end. But you got to think. Shout out to Big Fist. He said it. Tight ends going in the first round over the past decade or so have not panned out. Shoot, we got one of them, Evan Ingram. O.J. Howard. David Njoku. The list goes on and on and on. They have not panned out. They just haven't. But I think this guy's a little bit different. He's a Gator, so you know I'm going to rep him to the end. I'm a Gator fan. But no, Kyle Pitts was not worth the pick to the Atlanta Falcons, not worth the number 4 pick to the Atlanta Falcons. So don't get that misconstrued. I believe he was a top 5 pick in this draft. His talent says so. His stats say so. You see him at the bottom of the screen. And he's a very versatile weapon for anybody in the league. I just think the Atlanta Falcons should not have drafted Kyle Pitts because that's not what they needed. They needed to be thinking about the future. And maybe they are thinking about the future. Who knows? But I would rather drafted a Justin Fields right there than Kyle Pitts. But with that drafting of Kyle Pitts, that means that they're trying to give it one more try with Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, Ridley, him. I have to say that is an outstanding offense. That is outstanding offense, but I just don't think that's what they needed. But that was my take, man, on is Mr. Kyle Pitts worth the hype? I believe he's an excellent tight end. I just think he went to the wrong squad. I think the Falcons overdrafted him. Not because he wasn't worth it, because that's not what the Falcons needed at the time. But hey, who knows? He might put up mad stats this year with Matty Ice and Julio and Ridley. Who knows? But that was my take on Mr. Kyle Pitts. Go Gators. Go chomp him up, Kyle Pitts, man. I'm rooting for you, bro. And that's been Big Pat Sports Talk. Giving you the news. Giving you stats. Whatever you need. New York Giants talk. Atlanta Falcons. It don't matter what it is, man. You in Big Pat Sports Talk Studios. We talk everything. So until the next video. Peace.
Super high.